Is this thing on? What's going on, Hard Walk fam? Welcome to the weekly check-in. I hope everyone had a great week. I had a pretty good week. I will say that. I had a pretty good week. First of all, I do want to apologize for this video coming out late. I am sorry. It was supposed to be out yesterday. However, I wasn't finished with getting everything ready for the video, and I ended up having to take my youngest one to the emergency room yesterday. And so I think there was a clip for that. What's going on, Hard Walk fam? So this week's video is delayed because right now I'm at the Children's Hospital and I am waiting. I got a little situation going on, but I will be filming a video and I will see y'all in a little bit. All right, one love. So as you can see, I was at the Children's Hospital yesterday, and that is why the video is a day late. We had to leave in the afternoon, and I did not get back until actually after my bedtime. I got back after 10. And so this is why you're getting this weekly check-in posting on a Monday. But thank you for being here. Thank you for checking in. So let's do a recap of last week, right? So last week in our video, we talked about how I did good with the time goal. I did pretty good with the time goal, right? I did try to sleep in one day, and we see how that turned out. My body naturally woke me up right around the wake up time. And then we made some modifications to the goal to make the weekends a little bit more flexible. Now, as we said, this goal is for the entire month of July. We will be doing this time goal for the entire month of July. And so we're halfway through the month. We are halfway through the month of July. Today is Monday, July 18th, 2022. Okay? And we're halfway through the month, a little bit more than halfway through the month. And so we have to keep strong with this time goal. Well, we're gonna modify it again. We're gonna modify the time goal again. Before you say anything, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm gonna talk about that later. So keep watching. Okay, last week, what else happened last week in last week's video? Oh, we talked about how I lost half a pound last week, which we said, I wasn't doing that great with my dieting part of it, the eating part of it. And so I was not surprised that it was only a half a pound lost, and no big deal. I know that the weight thing fluctuates. And like I said, this is the adventure to a better me. That's what the hard walk is, right? The hard walk is an adventure to a better me, an adventure to a better you. And so, minor setbacks like that, like a half a pound, it's still a gain. Like, it's still a huge deal to lose a half a pound, okay? Any movement at all in the down direction is a good thing. So we're not gonna complain at all. We also did good with the exercises last week, right? I made a lot of videos when I was out and about, and so that was pretty much last week. Now, this week's check-in, woo! So as of yesterday, as of Sunday the 17th, I am down another 2.2 pounds. And that makes my current weight 341.1. Now, I'm gonna throw a wrench in this video because this threw a wrench in my mind. When I looked at the new weight of 341.1, it had me because I was trying to set more weight goals, and I haven't done weight goals in the videos yet. Just the long-term weight goal of trying to get back to 212. But it had me looking through my history because I have this fancy scale. It's not that fancy. There are a lot of them out now. I have a scale that I connect to my phone though. And so there's an app, and I can look in the app and I can see history of weights for over some time, like for the time that I've owned this scale, which has been a while, which is a good thing. Because what I was able to see is that my starting weight, my highest weight, is not what I thought it was. If you look back in my first video, my first check-in, I talked about my starting weight, and I think I said it was 369.2 or somewhere thereabouts. Well, actually, I was looking through my app for my scale, and I realized, well, I knew this, but I wasn't really paying attention when I was looking at my start weight, right? What happens is when I look in the history, for each month that you've had weights logged, it shows you the average for the month. So that 369 was the average for that month. I think that was April of last year, April of 21. And so the highest weight, my actual start weight, dear Lord, is 370.2, which, listen, I'm not proud of, but hey, we are no longer at 370, okay? We are no longer at 370. So the current weight right now is 341.1. That makes us down a whole complete 29 pounds from my start weight. That's a big deal. So I'm officially 29 pounds down from my start weight. And when I look at that, yes, it's been a long time. So that start weight was from over a year ago. But still, 29 pounds is from my highest, is a good deal. Like, it's not, it is hard work. And the more I go on this adventure, I understand when I've seen other people who have gone through their weight loss journey or their health and wellness journey trying to be healthier. And, you know, they say it's hard. And the reason why they say it's hard, and I guess the reason why most people call it a journey, I'm calling it my adventure, is because there are a lot of things that tie into it. It's not just simple 1 + 1 = 2. And so that's what makes it hard, is because there are a lot of different factors that are coming to play when it comes to losing weight and it comes to trying to be healthier from wherever you're at, wherever you're starting. And so I was happy to see that. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't too happy to see that 370, but when I, realized I lost 2.2 over last week, but also to see where I'm coming from versus where I started out, I can tell you that a lot of things are different. A lot of things are different. Your boy George is a little bit different person than he was at 370. I will say that. So that's a huge deal for me. And so that made me a little bit, when I saw that in the app, that made me a little bit more excited about the 2.2 pounds, even the half a pound last week, right? Okay, so now the goal weight, our overall long-term goal weight, I said it in my first video, it was 212. And I explained why. You know, that was my weight kind of transitioning out of the Army. And I think it was like the weight I had for a long period after I got back from overseas. And so I like that. That's my goal weight, is to be at 212. And that's what we're going to shoot for. But right now, currently, the main goal we're working on for this month of July in 2022 is the time goal. And so let's see how we did this past week with that time goal, right? Okay, this is how I did last week with the time goal. So last Sunday, the 10th, I was up at 7:28. It was Sunday. Remember, we said weekends are going to be a little bit flexible. I was up at 7:28. I went to bed at 11:30. All right, now Monday, the 11th, I set my alarm for 6, right? Because I was tired. And I woke up at 5:57. Went to bed at 10 p.m. Tuesday, the 12th, I was up at 5:30, went to bed at 11. So that's Sunday and Tuesday that I went to bed later than I'm supposed to. Anyway, so Wednesday, the 13th, I woke up at 5:30, I hit that snooze button, and I was up and out of bed at 5:40. Now, that Wednesday, I went to bed at 9:45, and I was just tired. You know, it's been hot, very hot here in Houston. If y'all been seeing the weather, you know this. It's been really hot, and so I was just tired. Thursday morning, I did wake up again at 5:30. I hit that snooze again, and got up at 5:48. Thursday night, right? That's still Thursday the 14th. I went to bed at 9:45. And so Friday now, the weekend got a little bit shaky, y'all. Friday, I was up at 5:40. Went to bed at midnight. Whoo, that was late. Saturday, I was up at 8:15. Didn't set an alarm. Because remember we said weekends I'm going to try to be flexible. I was up at 8:15. And so, remember I went to bed at midnight. Was up at 8:15. I did get up a couple times in the night, but was up at 8:15. And then that Saturday, the 16th, I went to bed at 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So, not good. Overall, I was up, in time to get some stuff done during the week. But I wasn't doing as good as I did that first week, right? I wasn't doing as good as I did that first week. I didn't go out as much this week as I wanted to. And like I said, that's been because the weather has been really hot and humid. For a lot of the times I felt dehydrated. And I think that was making me have a little bit more low motivation, not wanting to go out. And so I was just, I was mixing it up. A couple mornings I did workout videos. I did a little yoga video. Don't worry. This body does not yoga very well, but it yogas. Listen. Okay. Now, I did some high intensity workout videos. And I think I did a bike ride. So I was trying to mix it up a little bit. And for this current week, I am going to be doing the same. I am going to be mixing it up. I will be doing some videos inside, and I will do the bike rides. So when I do the bike rides, usually I push it. There was a video last Sunday that I had filmed where I had gone over on my halfway point on the walk. And I was starting to try to push it, but to be honest, I'm for right now trying to keep it simple. Getting at least for the exercise, the thing is this: I get at least my 30 minutes in, right? The recommended 30 minutes of activity. I get at least my 30 minutes in. And the reason I'm not pushing too hard right now is honestly strictly because of this weather, y'all. I'm telling you right now. This weather, it's been so hot. There's technically a drought right now in Southeast Texas. This weather has been so hot, and then Houston is so humid that it's unbearable. A lot of times when I get up at 5:30 and I get out there by like 5:45, right? It's like 70 something, like 75, 77, sometimes even 80 degrees is the temp. And then humidity a lot of times is in the 90s. Like it will be 81 degrees and 98% humidity. It feels like I stepped into a sauna, right? It feels like I stepped into a steaming oven. So I have been just trying to mix it up, do some things inside, and make it quick when I go outside, which is why the bike was a good substitute. Happy Sunday, first day of the week. We have a lot of stuff to get done this week. We're still working on that goal this week though, that 5:30 a.m. because tied into that goal is getting up and getting my workout done. So I've been doing pretty good.
What's going on, Hard Walk fam? It is Monday, July 11th. It is 6:14 a.m. I woke up at 5:58 this morning. I did wake up a little late. I went to bed really late. I went to bed like after 11. And so I did set my alarm late. I set my alarm for 6 a.m. and I woke up right before it. I woke up at 5:58. If you've been paying attention to news at all, you notice there's been like a heat wave hitting the south half of the U.S. and it's been hitting Houston pretty bad. And so because I've been going out a lot, I feel like I've been pretty dehydrated. I know I have not been drinking enough water. This morning, what I decided I'm gonna do is, don't tell nobody this, but I'm gonna stay in and I'm gonna do yoga. I make sure I'm drinking a lot more water today. But instead of going out to walk, I'm gonna do yoga. Because one of the things about the weather here is it's weird. The Houston heat is weird. It doesn't really cool down overnight. Like right now it is 6:16 and it's 81 degrees out. It's 81 degrees. And the humidity, I guarantee, is probably like 80 or 90%. So it's still warm and humid outside. So the consistent going outside, walking, dehydrates you even further. So I felt pretty crappy yesterday. And I'm gonna just stay. I still gotta go outside later today for work. And the highs of today is 102. It's gonna get up to 102 today. It was 102 yesterday. But I was out early yesterday. I think when I was out, it was high 80s and that was in the morning. Right now, like I said, right now it's already 81 at 6:17. So I'm staying in. I'm gonna do some yoga this morning before I get ready for work. And then I'm just gonna be drinking a lot of water today and some Gatorade. Make sure I get really hydrated, all right? I will check in with y'all later. One love. What's going on, Hard Walk fam? It is 5:47 a.m. 81 degrees. Hey Siri, what's the humidity? 90% humidity. It's Tuesday, July 12th. Yep. I did get up at 5:30 this morning and out for my walk, as you can see. Wanted to check in. Man, it's been so hot in Houston lately. I literally just been like, yo, the earlier I can just get up and get out, the better. And so, of course, not every day is a walk day, but I do like getting out, getting my walk in. Anyway, I hope y'all really enjoyed the video last week. I really enjoyed making it, but I'm gonna go get my head together and focus on this walk here, get my mind right, because I really like doing that. Like, I use this time and do a lot of my thinking. You know, it's like my me time. So y'all should try it. If you don't already, y'all should definitely try it. Anyway, I'm gonna check in with y'all later. All right? One love. Okay, so the time goal, we've been doing okay with it. This week we didn't do that great. The weather has been brutal and I've been having to learn how to find some workarounds. But like I said earlier, I do want to modify the time goal, right? I do want to do some modifications to this time goal, and hopefully these will be the final modifications. Depending on how things go, we'll see. We'll keep doing the weekly check-ins, and so we'll see how I'm doing and decide whether or not this continues to be the goal. So one of the things I wanted to do was to quantify it, right? SMART goals. We need to set SMART goals. So I needed to be able to quantify it, so this way we can know if we are actually meeting the goal and we can be able to move on at the end of the month. And so
what I wanted to do with the time goal is this. A couple things. One, I'm going to say the weekend we said was flexible. So we have 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. Now we want to say 60% of the times I will be up at 5:30 and getting to bed, being in bed by 10. So even if it's I'm jumping in the bed at 10 on the dot, it counts. And as long as I'm up at 5:30, it counts. So we want to modify it to make it quantifiable to saying out of the 5 days, 3 of those days, I need to hit the targets. No questions asked, no nonsense. I need to hit the target. So I want to make it quantifiable because that 3 out of 5 will be 60%. So the goal is this, 60% of the times, I will be getting up by the wake up time and being in bed by the bedtime. And doing it that way, it helps me to say, yes, I'm not going to be as hard on myself when I'm like, man, I ended up being in bed a little bit late. I can look back and see, okay, I was hitting that 60% and I'm okay with that. So we set that goal. The other thing is this. Now, I know some of y'all are going to laugh, but this 5:30 wake up, I got to modify that time. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you're going to modify the time when you haven't even been hitting it consistently, right? Here's the thing I've been struggling with. A part of me has been struggling with this. That 5:30, I feel like I need a little bit more time. So I'm going to change it to 5 a.m. I'm laughing with y'all because I know a lot of y'all are laughing at me. And I'm laughing at myself too. Because I'm like, yo, right now, because, see, a lot of this has to do with I'm trying to, I don't know, do it the Army way, I guess. I'm trying to kind of brute force fight with this insomnia thing. Because I honestly had been struggling with that a lot. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's just set a schedule like I was back in the military. And so I forced my body to have to just deal with it. This is what this is. So the 5:30 has been working out fine when I get up at 5:30. However, to be honest, a lot of the times I feel like, man, I could have used the extra half hour. Whether it is because I am slow getting out of the house to go outdoors, or I get back home and I have to go into the city for work, and I just wanted an extra half hour, right? And so because I'm trying to squeeze in some stuff at the first part of my day, and it's like I said, my me time, I need that extra half hour. So I'm making this goal, I'm modifying this goal to be tougher on me. It's gonna be a 5 a.m. wake up now. And the funny thing is this used to be my wake up was 5 a.m. Don't ask me why I decided, I want a half hour, so I'm gonna go at 5:30. Maybe this is just how it needs to be. So we're gonna go for that. So the modification is this. We're making it quantifiable. 3 out of 5 days during the week, I need to be doing that wake up time and being in bed by 10. The next thing is that 5 a.m. now. It's 5 a.m. Woo! Up at 5 a.m. I need an extra half hour and in bed by 10. And so when it comes to the weekend, I also realized this past weekend that some of it was out of my control. As you saw, I had some things going on this weekend, and I was out one day right up to my bedtime. And so things like that will be out of my control a little bit. And I want the weekend to still be flexible, but I am going to still be trying to shoot for, if my wake up during the week is 5 a.m., I think on the weekends I'm going to probably shoot for, in my mind, no later than 6:30. And the reason is this, is because once my body has been adjusting to that consistently up at a certain time, me messing around and hitting snooze or sleeping in, it's really not helping me. I can tell you that the 2 days, right, that I hit the snooze button, that extra 10 minutes did absolutely nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. And I think it's a mind thing. I'm tired, I'm gonna hit snooze, but it's really not helping me at all. So 5 a.m. wake up. We want to hit 3 out of 5 days target, and weekends flexible, yes, but we're still trying to shoot for be up at least by 6:30. Because the thing I like about the weekends, because I'm not getting ready to start a work day, I have a lot more extra time. So a lot of the times on the weekend, I will go somewhere and travel to go do my walk. I'll go drive into the city, or I'll go drive and check out a new area to do my walk. So I need to be up still early because it is still crazy hot out there. It doesn't get cooler because it's the weekend. So I really can't be getting up much later on the weekend anyway. Because if I wait until like after 8, man, it's going to be close to 90 degrees. so that's the modification, y'all. We're switching it to 5 a.m. Woo! And then the weekend, we're saying no later than 6:30. I better write that down. Now, last week, there were a couple times you folks might have heard me mention a project I was working on. Here's the deal. I was working on my application to go back to grad school for my OTD. That's my doctorate in occupational therapy. I am an occupational therapist, and I have my master's in occupational therapy. And so I decided some time ago that I wanted to go pursue my doctorate. And last week, there were a couple times, there was, I think, a couple mornings when I was like working on my application essay, and I decided, you know what, when I get up this early, this is what I'm gonna work on right now. And I'll just do a workout video later to get exercise in. But I was using that early morning time to work on my application essay and working on the rest of my application package. So I got my application in, and hopefully sometime this week, because today is Monday, hopefully sometime this week, I will find out from Baylor University whether or not I got accepted. I did put all my eggs in one basket. I only applied to one OTD program. And so that is going to be another thing that will be part of this journey, y'all, because the program is, I think, close to a year and a half, either 16 or 18 months. And so I will be working on that while I'm working on the hard walk. And so that was the project. So now y'all know the project I was working on. I was applying to go back to work on my doctorate. And hopefully, keep your fingers crossed for me. Say a prayer for me. Hopefully, next week, when I do the update for next week, I will have heard from the school and I can tell you whether or not I got accepted and will be doing my doctorate. So there's that. That's the other project. So look out for that next week. Like I said, y'all, the weather's been crazy. So I've had to mix it up. And this week I will continue to do that. Find some creative ways, do some workout videos inside, try to do the bike. And so usually I go on this like longer bike ride. This morning even I did a bike ride, and I just did, there's a circle around my neighborhood that I did. And I did that circle enough times to last, I think 32 minutes was my bike ride this morning. And that was because I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to overexert myself. I really need to be looking out for myself, you know, while I'm trying to make this time go. This whole adventure, there's so many things, right? And that's why we're starting out with little goals, small steps, is because there's so many things that I want to try to address. But I want to just focus in on maybe one thing a month or that kind of thing. And so already I can tell you, I already know what my goal for August is going to be. I'm not going to release it yet, but I can already tell you, I know what the goal for August is going to be. It is a goal that I know a lot of people have. So make sure you're here next week for that, because we're going to talk about that goal. And I may have to do a little bit of research to see if there are true guidelines out there to support that goal. Don't want to give anything away, because I want you to come back next week and check out the weekly check-in next week. So that's it for today, y'all. I really appreciate every single one of y'all. I can't tell you how much I really do appreciate y'all. Hey, what do they say? They say like, comment, and subscribe, okay? And pass this YouTube channel on to a friend. I want this to be motivational. I want it to be inspiring. I can tell you that having this, it does the two things I wanted it to do. It helps keep me accountable, right? And it gives me that ability to have something to look back at. Be able to look back at this. I will be able to look back at these videos. And so I can tell you, especially the accountability piece right now has been a big thing. A lot of times in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I want to sleep in. I'm like, man, if I sleep in, I'm going to have to include that in my video. I better get up. So, hey, it has been wonderful having this, y'all. And it's been wonderful having y'all sharing this experience with me. Thank y'all for tuning into the weekly check-in. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week. All right? One love.